What's up? What's up? What's up? Main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. What's up? What's going on? All the fight fans, the whole made mob. What's up with you? It's Sunday. It is a pleasure to be back up here once again on YouTube with all the homies. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Let's just check the audio. Let's see what we sounding like here. All right, all right. We sounding clear, but I hear a little echo in it, but I ain't really feeling that. But just know it's all good. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're gonna keep it moving though, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? A good weekends of fights. We got a lot of fights to talk about, man. There's a lot of going on in the sport. We are now officially starting the fight week of Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence Jr. Major pay-per-view coming at the end of this week. So, man, we got a lot to talk about, fight fans. We got a lot to talk about. I see folks out here in the boxing community out here defending Shawn Porter, and I'm like, what? What? Man, y'all tripping. Robbery all day, and we will get to that fight. Knowing that has the most subject matter, I will put that on the back burner before I talk about these fights that I haven't had a pleasure of talking to y'all about. And I want to start off first and foremost talking about Mighty Mo. Mighty Mo, Dallas, Texas own Mighty Maurice Hooker getting the victory over Mikhail Lespierre. Looking good, bruh. Looking good, man. Mighty Mo with the jab, man. That measuring jab that he kept your man at bay with, that was the X factor the entire fight, man. Keeping the jab out there, putting it in this dude Lespierre's face the whole entire time and keeping him off balance, man. Lespierre could not close that real estate, man, without eating so many right hands and body shots. Maurice Hooker going to the body like a straight up Don. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, son. Maurice Hooker looking very, very good. And, he stops. I mean, he defeats this guy, dropped him in the 9th round. And I think he dropped him early in that fight, too. But I don't know if they declared it a knockdown or not, man. But either way, man, it still was a good performance by Maurice Hooker. I was very impressed, man. He says he gives himself a C- for that particular fight. I don't know if he said that because he knows that his WBO mandatory was ringside during that fight. Now, the thing is that Maurice Hooker had a problem making weight for this fight. So we ain't know, like, is this dude going to be drained? Is he going to come into this fight drained or was he going to kind of, fade down the stretch or whatever? Because it took him like 4 times to make weight. You know what I mean? And he finally made the weight, came in over half a pound over in the first weigh-in. And, he struggled to get down to that 140 pounds. According to Maurice Hooker, he said he could have really honestly made weight, but he was BSing around in the room or something like that. And it is what it is. He said it shouldn't have been that hard, but he did. But he didn't look drained in this fight. He stayed strong all the way down to the stretch of this fight. He kept that jab on this dude, Lespierre, man. Kept them confused. And Lespierre was an undefeated fighter. This was supposed to be his step-up fight. But, man, Maurice Hooker looked levels. I repeat, #levels above this dude. You know what I mean? The body work, the hooks to the body, the measuring jab, the big right hands that he was hitting this guy with as he was trying to close the real estate. It was all beautiful, man. So I was very impressed with Maurice Hooker, man. I thought he fought a wonderful, wonderful fight, man. Real talk. Full of Sports. What's up with you? What's up with you? Jose Rocker. What's up with you, man? You said he lost and his dad knows it. Yeah, we're going to get to that, bro. We definitely going to get to that, man. I got a lot to say about that. People talk about this wasn't a robbery. It was a robbery, and I stand by that, and I will explain why I call it a robbery. I don't know what people talking about, Joe. But at the end of the day, man, Maurice Hooker, man, getting the job did. Looking solid. We'll go on to take on his WBO challenger in Jack Catterall, man, who was ringside. And this is the reason I believe that Maurice Hooker came out and was like, yeah, man, this is a C- performance. Don't think that, the way I fought tonight is the way I'm going to fight, you if you get in the ring with me, which I thought it was still a solid performance, though, man. So shout out to Maurice Hooker. Shout out to Dallas, Texas. They represented in that fight, man. Mighty Mo say, yo, he down to take on the whole 140. He feel as though he beats everybody up at 140. We talking to Josh Taylors of the world. We talking to Regis Prograis of the world. Man, Mighty Mo say he beats them all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. William Smith, what's up with you? Hi from what is that? Kakarika Fergus, Northern Ireland in the building, man. What's up, man? Appreciate you for rocking with me, man. Damn, bro. I can't even say that 3 times fast, bro. North Hey, man, what the hell, Rucker Fergus, Northern Ireland? God damn. Hey, yo, that's crazy, man. Salute, man. I appreciate you rocking with me. Black Horseman, what's up, family? What's up with you, man? Thank you for the donation, my G. I appreciate that, homie. Salute, man. I got a show to do, but I agree. Straight robbery. Much love to you, brother. Much love to you, and I will catch that show on the replay. For everybody who hear the sound of my voice, go rock with the homie Black Horseman Promotions when you can, man. Hell of a channel right there. And also check out for his sports channel as well. But yeah, man. Hey, William Smith, man, you got a close enough, man. I'm trying my best. And shout out to Carricker Fergus, Northern Ireland, man, all day, man. But yeah, man, you know, so Maurice Hooker, man, he say he can take everybody at 140. That remains to be seen. Him, Regis Prograde, him, Josh Taylor. Once they get done with the World Boxing Super Series, we'll see if the fights can happen. We know Maurice Hooker rocking over there on DAZN, and a lot of these cats are rocking on other networks, where mainly with the PBC with Hooker. But however, I believe that Josh Taylor, he can make something happen. But it remains to be seen. You know what I'm saying? It remains to be seen. But Maurice Hooker looking very solid, man, and we'll follow back up on Maurice Hooker. Next fight I want to talk about is Dmitry Bivol, man. Dmitry Bivol, son. Hey, these Europeans, bro, the style that they bring into boxing, man, I love it. You know what I mean? It's Slim. They are frustrating the hell out of fighters, man. I looked at that fight between Dmitry Bivol and Joe Smith, and bro, I see a lot of specialness in Dmitry Bivol, man. And I'm gonna be 100, man. I think this dude is the truth, man. I think honestly, man, Sergey Kovalev don't want them problems, in my opinion. Anthony Yarde, you don't want them problems. Dmitry Bivol looking like a problem. He is so reminiscent of me of Vasyl Lomachenko that is insane, bro. To get in, get out way. It's like when you take a step forward, when you swing a punch, this cat uses his footworks to get the hell out of dodge. And it's frustrating because every time you take a step forward, he taking a step backwards. Every time you swing, he getting out of there, he getting right back into position. And round by round by round, it starts to frustrate you. You know what I'm saying? It starts to wear you down. It starts to make you get like, yo, man, what's up, man? This dude's getting on my damn nerves. Every time I try to hit this cat, he just scooting out of the damn way. Then he comes right back to position. Put a jab on you. Put a right hand on you. It becomes frustrating. And that's the one thing that Vasyl Lomachenko does to a lot of his opponents, which makes them quit. He frustrates the hell out of them. You know what I'm saying? And so what I see in Dmitry Bivol, I see a real similar type thing where he has mastered the art of frustration. He has mastered the art of frustrating his opponents into submission. And it makes them their skill level starts to drop as the fight starts to progress. Joe Smith was doing all he can to try to get next to him. He had the length, he had the reach, but he couldn't get next to him because every time he took the swing, this dude would just scoot back 2 steps, come right back, scoot back a step, come right back. And it's frustrating as hell. And eventually, I'm telling you that your hands start to drop, you start to get frustrated, and you start to get pieced up. Dmitry Bivol, man, his style, stylistically, you know what I'm saying? Stylistically, this dude is just like, dog, frustrating as hell, man. Similar to Vasyl Lomachenko. So Dmitry Bivol beats Joe Smith in a unanimous decision, man. And Slim, this dude is cruising. He's beating them all up at that weight class, man. This dude is cruising. Chilemba, Barrera, he's just beating them all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he cruising, bro. They say Dmitry Bivol is very good, but I think he will get exposed once he steps up in competition. I don't know, man. It's going to take a smart box. It's going to take a smart fighter to beat him. It ain't gonna take no guy just because he got power, just because he got this. He's one of those fighters, such as like I said with Loma. He's one of those type fighters that can take so much away from you because he frustrates the hell out of you with his foot movement. I think this dude is solid, man. I think he's solid. And I mean, I understand what but he getting rid of these cats. I mean, look at his resume so far at the weight class. I mean, he running through them and he's still young. He's still young. He still got ways to go. You know what I mean? We only got like 16, 17 fights or somewhere up in there. Bro, this dude is a problem, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Stylistically, Dmitry Bivol is some sort of problem. I'm telling you right now, man. Kovalev don't want no smoke, and Bivol got pop too. Absolutely. He got pop. He got boxing IQ. He got footwork. Bro, I don't got much bad to say about Dmitry Bivol. And not to mention, he wanted the Kovalev smoke. Kovalev fucked up the program when he lost to Alvarez. That's all that's about. But I'm telling you, man, Dmitry Bivol, he is not to be underestimated by any means. You know what I'm saying? These cats at 175, man, they are going to have their hands totally full. Let me look at the boxing, take a quick glance at the boxing rankings real quick. And when I look at this, man, Marcus Brown is right there up under him, man. That'd be a good fight for Marcus Brown, Joe. We know he's coming off that big win that he's can't have with Scott DeGee. That'll be a good fight for him. Who else we got up under him, man? This dude got Sullivan Barrera. He's already beat him. Man, it's time for this dude talk unifications, man. It's time to talk unifications for Dmitry Bivol. I just think he's up at that caliber. I think he's of that level. I think he's ready. You know what I mean? The better beeves, you know what I'm saying? The Sergey Kovalevs of the world. You know what I mean? The Vozdiks of the world. You know what I mean? So those are all to be good fights for Dmitry Bivol, and I think he's in all of those fights. I think he's in them, man. I really do. I truly do. I think he's looking like, I ain't gonna say it's hard to give him the number one at the weight class. Maybe he is number one. I don't know. He's still young. So it's kind of a hard call, but the way this dude fights, the way he getting rid of these dudes, the way he's outboxing all of these dudes, bro, it's hard not to give him the props that he's getting, man. I mean, for real. Sergey Kovalev packs a big punch, but Sergey Kovalev can become fresh. We know Sergey Kovalev got them issues, man. He got them issues. He got them anger issues. He want to appear to be super nice now, and he says he got them all under control now. But Slim, a cat like that, mentally weak like that, Dmitry Bivol will box circles around him. I believe he will frustrate the hell out of Sergey Kovalev, bro. Getting in, getting out. Kovalev got that reach. Props to him. But getting in, getting out, taking them steps back, putting that jab on him, putting that 1-2 on him. Every time Sergey Kovalev looks to plant and swing, he taking them 2 steps back. Bro, that'd be a problem, son. It'd be a problem. So I like Dmitry Bivol. He gets the win over Joe Smith. I was rooting for Joe Smith too, man. I was hoping Joe Smith can make something happen, man. But, bro, this dude got dusted, bro. He got dusted each and every round. William Smith says, me from the UK, I think Wilder takes Joshua all day long. Joshua, I don't think he could take Wilder's power all day. All day. I believe so too, bro. We in the same, we believe in the same thing with that. I'm with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? I think Bomb Squad, that major right hand, that equalizer, not to mention Anthony Joshua's stamina issues, it'll all come into play in that fight, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate you for stopping through, though. Hit the like button while y'all here. Hit the like button for me. You know what I mean? Hit the like button for me. But, yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. I like Dmitry Bivol. I think Slim is a problem, man. I think Cuz is going to go a long way, and I cannot wait to see him in unification fights. He's already beat the Chitlin circuit of the weight class. He's already beat the Chilimbas, the Sullivan Barreras of the world. It's done. I mean, he's done it at a young age and still kind of young in his career. So ain't nothing to go with but up. I'm ready to see some unifications from this cat, man. Real talk. So we'll see how it works out. F.A. Ajagba stops Amir Mansour. God damn, F.A. with the power, son. This dude powerful as hell, man. F.A. power. He made Amir Mansour basically quit on his stool, or the ref stopped it while Amir Mansour was on his stool, man, at the end of the second round. And it was an impressive performance by F.A., man. The power is real with this cat, man. The power is not to be played with when it comes to F.A. Ajagba. The only thing I wonder, he reminds me of a lot of the issues that Joe Joyce has to deal with. He's big, he's tall, he's strong, but he is semi-robotic. He's not quite as fluid as I would like to see him right now. And I wonder how good really is his defense. Amir Mansour couldn't get next to him at all. F.A. was too big, too long, too strong. Amir Mansour in his older age, man, he just couldn't get next to F.A., man. He just couldn't get nowhere near him. But whenever he did kind of bulge his way to the inside, I've seen some good punches land on F.A., but he ate them like Scooby snacks, and it was nothing. It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But F.A. is, I like him. He's a good work in progress. We'd like to see what happens and see how far he goes before he ceilings out. But as of right now, it's a learning curve for him, and he getting better and better. He got the right people in his corner, rocking with the Richard Schaefers of the world, good training in Ronnie Shields. Yo, F.A. has the right tools, and they believe in this dude. He's powerful. He's strong. He's stopping everybody that gets in the ring. All the signs of a very, very good heavyweight. And we'll see what happens once those levels starts to increase more and more. But I like F.A. Ajagba, man. I like the whole grit that he bringing to the fight game, man. All day, you know what I'm saying? Making people walk out the ring, making people quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all the writings on the wall that F.A. is the real deal, and I want to believe it. You know what I mean? So those are some of the fights that we missed over the weekend, man. It was a good weekend. Oh, I want to see Anthony Yarde. I know Yarde fought over the weekend too, got rid of his opponent, and we know that Yarde is now number 1 in the WBO. The question is, are they going to step Anthony Yarde up to face Sergey Kovalev? Anthony Yarde he says that he's looking to maybe even make the Kovalev fight by the end of this year. That will be something to see. Is Anthony Yarde ready? That's the golden question. That's the golden question. I think he is. I think it's time. Anthony Yarde, it's time for him to step up, bro. He's been beating the chitlin circuit of the weight class for too damn long. Fight after fight after fight. I think he's getting to a point where he's beating these dudes a little too easy. Just a little too easy. And so it's now time to step him up. I understand he's young. I get it. But Slim, I mean, I think if you want to take advantage of Sergey Kovalev, the time is now. The time is now. So I want to see the fight. Hopefully they make it, man. I hope Anthony Yarde and Sergey Kovalev get it on by the end of the year. If they throw Yarde another fight, maybe sometime this summer, I'm not sure. It'll be something to see. But I honestly hope they mix it up, man. That is a promising fight. Politics does not impede that fight. Both of these fighters are fighting now right next to ESPN. We know Frank Warren made the deal with ESPN, so easy fight to make. We know Kovalev is fighting over there off of ESPN. Easy fight to make. So it is what it is. Let's see how it go down, man. William Smith says, Joe Joyce is not all that. He's a big lump, but his boxing ability is poor. He can't string a combination together once he steps up the levels. I feel he will fall. I feel you. And that's the golden question about FA. I think Joe Joyce is a big, stiff, strong guy, semi-robotic. Defense is not all that. I wonder if FA is in the same category or not. It's too early to tell. But I got to admit, man, FA is getting rid of cats like nothing. He's rolling through them like a hot knife through butter, man. Like easy work. You know what I'm saying? Easy work. Marcus Brown is the WBA. What's up, LeBron? Marcus Brown is the WBA mandatory for Bivol. Yeah, bro. That'll be a promising fight. I was just speaking on that, man. That'll be a promising fight for Marcus Brown, man. He want that name recognition. Well, there it is. And, but the problem is with that WBA, bro, is that, Bivol being the WBA super champion, they don't have a mandatory. So it's like whenever they want to make the fight, it can happen, it can happen as soon as a few months or as soon as sometime next year. Ain't no telling if they will ever make the shit. That's why a lot of fighters love that WBA super championship, the title with no mandatory. Look at my man Keith One Time Thurman sitting there cooling with the title. Ain't got to fight, no mandatory at all. Fight when the hell he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Whenever whenever the WBA just feel like they want to make a mandatory or order a fight for the WBA super champion, they do it. So that's the unfortunate thing about that particular title. But it is what it is, man. Marcus Brown is sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? It'd be funny as hell, though. And I thought about this the other day. Like, we know that Keith One Time Thurman is the WBA super champion, and you got Manny Pacquiao as the WBA regular champion. I find it surprising as hell that the WBA didn't come out and order that fight. That's a big money fight for them. You know what I'm saying? Major sanctioning fee. I'm really shocked, bro. I am really, really shocked that the WBA has not ordered that fight. And so all of this speculation about who Manny gonna fight, but we know Manny bigger than belts. Manny bigger than belts. He don't give a fuck if he got the title or not. He'll let that thing go. Like, nah, y'all not gonna tell me who to fight. I'm gonna fight who I want to fight. I'm Manny freaking Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, I'm shocked that the WBA didn't step in and try to order that, man. Real talk. Brian Thompson, what's up, man? What's good with you? What up, Slim? Am I the only one that's disappointed by the gift decision last night? You ain't the only one. And we about to definitely dig into that item. I mean, that particular subject, bro. You ain't the only one. I'm riding with you. I'm riding with you. I'm riding with you. I'm very disappointed about that. And people got a problem with you calling last night's fight a robbery. Like it wasn't a robbery. Hell yeah, it was a robbery. And I will explain why it was a robbery. Definitely was a robbery. It's about the money this fight is bringing in. Yeah, that's all it's about. And that's why I'm shocked, Jose, that why the WBA hasn't ordered that fight, man. But let's move on to the big subject of the day. Everything that's talking about, everyone is talking about in boxing, and that is the Shawn Porter versus Jordanis Ugas fight last night. And we all know how your boy feels about that. Shit don't change. Shit don't change with the day with me, son. I'm sticking by exactly what I told y'all on the post-fight video. And that is Showtime Shawn Porter got a gift. He got a gift. They wrapped it up in a nice, pretty bow. They put it in some sparkling wrapping paper, you know what I mean? And they put it up under the tree for him, and they gave him a gift. A gift. The man lost last night. I'm not backing away from that. I'm not gonna sit here and change. Oh, I rewatched the fight and maybe I sit. No, fuck no. The man lost, son. He lost. For everybody who says, oh, well, main man. You can't say it's a robbery. You can't say, let me tell you why I say it's a robbery. Your Danish Ugas worked his ass off for this opportunity. He 8 straight wins, putting that work in. Every people overlooking him, they already now going to consider him high risk, low reward. This was his opportunity. This was his opportunity. When you give a fight like the way that your Danish Ugas gave last night, when you give that kind of fight, close fight, a fight that people see could go either way, it puts you in the high risk, low rewards category. Now, no one don't really know who you Danish Ugas is, but ain't nobody going to be jumping in there to give him a shot because they know he's a dangerous fighter. And most importantly, he's a counter puncher. You notice how Cuban fighters always have a hard time finding opponents sometimes because of their pedigree, because of the way they fight. You know what I'm saying? Their counter punching ability, the way they like to move. And a lot of fighters don't like to deal with that too much. And that's the problem. Your Danish Ugas worked his ass off to get to this point. Worked his ass off, pulled himself out of one sanctioned body to pursue this world title because Earl Spence Jr. wasn't going to give him a shot. So, of course, they robbed him, bruh. They robbed him of all of the hard work that he put in to get to this point. It ain't no secret. You know what I mean? Y'all want to act like this ain't true. Thought they robbed that man. For anybody who believes that Showtime Shawn Porter pulled the win out last night, what area of the fight did he win? Did he control the pace? Did he have the more cleaner, decisive punching? What area did he win? Because when I seen every time Shawn led off with a jab, he got a counter right to his nose. He got a counter shot straight to his nose. I'm confused. Charlo Harrison and Porter and Ugas was the same fight, in my opinion, but totally different results. I said the same thing, bruh. I said the exact same thing. I said, Harold Trim. I said the exact same thing. How do you get the same sort of stylistically lined up type fight with different type of results? No, it's no way. Shawn Porter, I'm trying to figure out what area of the fight did he win to say that he won the fight. What did he do? Everybody's like, well, the Danish Ugas didn't put on an offense. Oh, he didn't put on an offense because, dog, that's not how you that's not how you judge a fight. Clean, decisive punching. Who's controlling the pace? All of these things. The argument of he didn't do enough to beat the champion. That's a fan argument, not for the judges to make. Who was controlling this fight? And it was your Danish Ugas because Shawn Porter was on his back foot for at least 80 to 85% of this fight, bruh. So how did he control the fight? He didn't lure your Danish Ugas into any traps. He didn't lure him into it. He didn't have the cleaner, decisive punching. He just didn't. He didn't. His jab was countered damn near every time. His jab was countered with a right hand damn near every time. Or another jab by Ugas. So what area of the fight did Shawn Porter win? Somebody give me an answer, please. Somebody, please. I'm searching. Porter nodded his head at Ugas right after the fight. He conceded. Body language don't lie, they say. Body language don't lie. Jose Rocker says none. I can't think of none either, Jose. And I'm a cat that look, man. My credibility on this situation is I actually called for Shawn Porter to win the fight. I thought that Shawn Porter would beat your Danish Ugas. I said that in my prediction. But I don't think he won. And I'm being 100. And I'm the one that said I thought he would win, but I don't think he won. You know what I mean? LeBron James says, Harold, I agree, dog. Some weird decisions lately on PBC. Oh, really? Yeah. Some weird decisions, bro, all day. Harold Trim says, one of the judges didn't appreciate the body shots that Ugas was delivering. And his body shots was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. He started out early with the jab to the stomach, kind of abandoned it, but he started to do some good hooks to the body, especially off the counter. I'm saying, man, just sometimes it's like a boxing match can be like a keto where you're using the force of your opponent against them. And every time Showtime Shawn Porter would dive in with a jab, he would eat a counter punch. It wasn't like, and this went on from round 1 to rounds 12. It didn't let up. It didn't stop. It didn't stop. Jose Rocker says, sad to say, but it's about the money. That's what's wrong with boxing. Man, you know, that's not fair, though, to your Danish Ugas, man. This is why I say he worked his ass to get to this point, bro. He worked hard to get to this point. hard, man. And then you look at the judges' scorecards, how they was like so far off. One having it 117-11 for Ugas, and the other one having it, what was it, 116? I want to say 116-112 for Porter. Like, how do you go back and forth like that? If you want to say it's a close fight, then give it a close fight. But how can two judges be so damn far apart? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that, man. Real shit. Real shit. Mr. Drip 89 says, I had it a draw. Okay, you had it a draw. I mean, I didn't even have it that close. I didn't even have it a draw, man, because I don't see what Shawn Porter did to make it a draw. What did he do? How many rounds do you give him? You give Shawn Porter 6 rounds? I didn't see Shawn Porter winning 6 rounds, bro. I just didn't see that. To make it a draw, you telling me Shawn Porter had to pull out 6 rounds? I just didn't see that, man. I did not see that, bro. I did not see that, man. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it. William Smith says, good night, folks, at 12:20 here. And this is ugly. And this ugly fucker needs his beauty sleep. God bless. God bless, William Smith. God bless, bro. Appreciate you for rocking with me, man, all day. Get some rest, Holmes. Yeah, man. A draw. Wow. I can't believe that, Jose. That's tough for me to think, man. I didn't see a draw because I didn't see Shawn Porter winning 6 rounds. If you want to give Shawn Porter 4 rounds, I'm with you. I had it 8-4. That was my score on it. 8-4. Your Danish Ugas. I'm sorry, bro. Shawn Porter, man, it ain't even has nothing to do with, oh, because this is Shawn Porter fighting different. Oh, this is because he didn't fight in his usual come forward, running back style. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that, which I thought he should have fought that style and he would have had more success. But it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's about the fact that everything that Shawn Porter did got counted. It got counted. And Shawn Porter did not take control of this fight neither. So your Danish Ugas did the better work to me in the fight. It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me, man. Harold Trim says, my casual boxing fan wife felt Ugas won because Ugas looked good and Porter looked like he went through a car windshield. Hey, yo, man, Shawn Porter's face had leaps. I had valleys and peaks on it, man. Like, Slim. I mean, both eyes looked like they was damn near about to get ready to close. Man, look, man, they didn't know, man. They know. And Kenny Porter, I got much respect for Kenny Porter. But he know damn well just because you could say, oh, well, Ugas didn't provide an offense. Sometimes a defense can beat the best offense. How many defensive fighters did we see gain victories throughout the years? Not just Floyd. Floyd just won them. But there's a lot of fighters that fight in a defensive fashion that pull out victories. Ugas' defense was effective. It was an effective defense because of the counterpunching ability, because of the fact that he started to make Shawn think twice before walking through the front door. Shawn couldn't even get a jab off without getting something coming back and landing on him. He couldn't. He couldn't get comfortable at all. He couldn't do the usual Porter. A lot of people said he should have doubled up the jab. It was tough for him to double up the jab because every time he put a punch out there, he had a punch coming back. He had a punch coming back. I don't know what people were saying, bro. I didn't even see a jab. 7-5 Ugas. I hear that, LeBron. All day. All day. Yo, what's up, Dre Reyes? What's up with you? Yo, what's good, man? I feel like Porter should have done better with that helmet football rushing in with his head. Ken Porter told him to box. Then I'll give him credit for trying something new. Yeah, Ken Porter was instructing him to box. Ken Porter thought that this was the style that was going to surprise your Danish Ugas because they was expecting the straight down the middle. You know what I'm saying? They was expecting Emmitt Smith of Shawn Porter. They wasn't expecting him to be bouncing on his toes. And the thing is, I've said it. If he wanted to bounce on his toes, maybe he would have did that for a few rounds, like he did against Danny. But I didn't think he'd do that for all 12 freaking rounds. And I don't think that was even part of the game plan for all 12 rounds. Shawn has never fought like that all 12 rounds. That is risky as hell for Shawn Porter. He's never fought no fighter ever from his Devin Alexander wins, from the Danny Garcia wins, from the Adrian Bronner wins. He's never fought no one like this for all 12 rounds. There was a reason for that, man. It was getting his ass counted. Everything he did, son. He was getting counted. 7-5, 8-4 Ugas sounds about right. I'm telling you, that's about right, bro. I'm saying. Fuller Sports says, even if he did go back to football style, he would have got pieced up. I don't know, because when you look at the fight, The when Shawn had the most success was when he was fighting in that fashion. When he was coming in there, making his way to the inside, willing to tussle with Ugas, that's when he actually was having the best success of the fight. He wasn't having as much success on the outside. Now, sometimes, every once in a while, Ugas would miss the counter shot and Shawn would make it to the inside. But then Shawn was smothering a lot of his work. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just can't see the areas of this fight where Shawn dominated any to call it a draw. And don't give me that because Ugas ain't had no offense shit. A good defense can beat a subpar offense. It can happen. A lot of fighters, that's the story of Muhammad Ali's career for the most part. Though his defense, and especially as Cassius Clay, his defense was impeccable. Man, come on, man. We were just talking about Dmitry Bivol earlier. The one thing that led him to beat Joe Smith was the fact that early on in that fight, Joe Smith couldn't land nothing. And it started to weigh him down throughout the fight. And it started to frustrate him. And this is where Bivol turns the tables. Sometimes a good defense can beat a subpar offense, man. What do y'all? I mean, I don't get that line of thinking, man. When Porter tried to get hold on. Okay, today he was talking about fighting Spence or Pacquiao. But the way he fought last night, Spence will hurt him bad, and maybe Pacquiao wins too. Man, hey, Lady Loves Boxing. You hit it on the head, man. I mean, but you know, I will agree one thing that what Kenny Porter said. And sometimes things are fight specific. See, my thing is, I don't think Shawn Porter is a bad fighter. I just think he lost last night. But I don't think he's a bad fighter. His resume is impeccable, and he fights some good fights. The only fight he hasn't given us is Errol Spence Jr. I mean, you look at his resume, and it's impressive. Win, lose, or draw. He's not a bad fighter. The problem is he lost last night. Now, it's fight-specific what he may do. He may have fought like that against Ugas this fight, but I don't see no way in hell that he's going to stand on the outside and just move around the ring against Errol Spence Jr., who will cut the ring off. Who will cut that ring off and beat those ribs. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I just don't see him being able to let. He's going to have to stand his ground portions of the fight with Earl. Now, do I expect him to sit there and fight in the pocket constantly with Earl? No, but he definitely going to have to mix it up more. And he ain't going to be able to fight just off that back foot for the majority of a fight against Errol Spence Jr. No, sir. Nah. And don't give me that Porter was drained talk, because Porter looked like he wasn't tired going through the end of that fight. It was just a bad game plan. And he was outskilled. That's all it was. You know, but he lost that fight, man. When Porter tried to get dirty, Ugas got super dirty. A few elbows, a shove down, put a stop to the dirty fighting style. Ugas was well prepared. Ain't nothing wrong with that in a boxing match, man. I've never been one of those dudes who've been like, oh, Shawn Porter is this and Shawn Porter is that, because he hits low and he hits the knees and he hits the eyes and he hits the ears. He hits every body part except the chin. Nah, I'm not that cat, bro. I believe you win a fight by any means. You win that fight. You win that fight. You know, it's a fight. And if the ref don't see this, how many veteran tactics are involved in boxing that refs don't see? From holding the head down to holding the head down and covering up an opponent's nose like Mayweather used to do, covering up the people, you know, get his head down and put that glove over their mouth. Man, I mean, look, man, it's against the rules and it ain't right, but it's part of the sport. You know, and Ugas had to do what he had to do. I ain't mad at it, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. Jose Rocker says, hopefully Ugas gets a shot at another belt soon. He proved that he belongs. I agree. But see, that's the thing I'm worried about more than anything, Jose. That's the thing I'm worried about more than anything, is the fact that he will be put in the high risk, low reward category. And that'll be messed up, because Ugas will be back fighting, hopefully not the Chitlin circuit of the welterweight division, but dog, who gonna give him a shot? Unless he goes over I think Terrence will fight him. Maybe Terrence will fight him. I can see T-Bud fighting him, but dog, Danny ain't gonna fight him. You can forget it. It ain't enough reward in there for Danny. Danny ain't gonna fight him. Pacquiao ain't gonna fight him. Earl Spence already overlooked him once. I don't know what this performance may do. Earl Spence already put it out there. You know, I ain't fighting Ugas, man. Where's Jesse Vargas? I fight Jesse Vargas. Then if I have no choice, then I guess I'll fight Ugas. So I don't know, man. And he in that high risk, he don't got a belt. He don't got a name like that here in America, man. But yet he gonna give you a hell of a fight. And he just fuck around and might beat you. That's a dangerous opponent. And a lot of these cats are too much of a diva to do it. You know what I mean? Real talk. Chisholm 898 says Ugas didn't lead with the jab, so Porter couldn't time him and get off like he did against Danny. Yeah, see, Ugas played patient. He played patient. He was a Luis Ortiz in that fight, and he played it extremely, extremely patient. And this is what I'm saying, and it worked for him, bro. It worked. Now, I'm not saying that style gonna work in each and every fight against each and every opponent, but last night it worked. He had the more clean and decisive punching. It caused Porter to be very cautious. Porter was knocked off balance with that. That's why he was floating around the ring so much. He didn't know when to jump in and jump out. He didn't know. And this man Ugas staying in the middle of the ring, and he did a piss poor job of cutting the ring off. I will say that. He didn't do a great job of cutting the ring off of Shawn Porter. He didn't do that at all. But his counterpunching ability to me won that fight, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Foolish Sports says, yet he still headbutted Ugas, but Ugas wouldn't slip in the pocket. Ugas did take, and see, Porter I give him 4 rounds. And the reason I gave him, and I thought he had his better success on the inside in those 4 particular rounds. The 6th round, most definitely. That was probably the best round of the fight for Shawn Porter, was the 6th round. Shawn Porter, man, he was doubling up that jab, and he made it to the inside. And he was working on the inside. He wasn't smothering his work nearly as much in that particular round. Ugas wasn't taking that step forward when Shawn got to the inside to force him to smother his work. And that was Shawn's best round, hands down. I'm not saying Shawn got whitewashed. He won 4 rounds, and he did have some successes in this fight. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Champion or not, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And I believe in the notion you do have to take the title from the champion. I'm the cat that was here after Harrison and Charlo, and I thought that Charlo won the fight. I thought Charlo won the fight because I didn't think Harrison did enough to take it from Charlo. But I do believe that Ugas did enough to take it from Porter. I just do. So I subscribe to that belief, but that wasn't the case last night, man. Real talk, man. It wasn't the case last night. Brian Thompson says, hey, Holmes, did you hear Lennox Lewis two-face ass talking about he can see why Shawn got the decision because Ugas wasn't pushing the fight offensively really? And see, that's the narrative everybody rallying around right now, Brian. Everybody rallying around this, oh, he didn't push the offense enough shit. Ain't nobody say none of this shit when it was Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody say none of this shit. You know what I mean? Like that, all of this, you can't be a defensive first fighter until you didn't push the offense enough. You know how many fights that Earl Sandy Lower won in that fashion? Ain't nobody say nothing. No, sometimes a good defense can beat an average offense. And what we seen from Shawn Porter last night was an average offense. It wasn't a stellar offense. It wasn't an elite offense that we seen from Shawn Porter. Not to say he don't have one. I'm just saying that last night we didn't see that. He was getting counted too much. Flushly. Look at that man's face, man. Man, like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Nah, son, it just wasn't happening that way, man. I'm not rallying around that narrative, bro. I see a lot of channels and a lot of talkers of the sport are rallying around this. He didn't do enough offensively bullshit. I'm sorry, bro. I've seen fights where a good defense can beat an average offense. Come on, man. I'm not buying that, man. I'm just not buying that one. Not for this fight. No, sir. Ducking and hiding says Porter didn't get sparked out, but he got sparked. I agree. He didn't get sparked out. He didn't get whitewashed. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he lost. You can say 7-5. I'm good with you. You can say 8-4. That's fine too. That's what I give it. But it wasn't a whitewash, but he lost. He lost. He didn't even think look at man how when they announced that damn fight at the end, bro. Man was nervous, pervous. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Harold Trim says it seems like all the Cuban fighters are high risk, low reward. Exactly. It's fundamentally sound, man. When you fundamentally sound, you know the Cuban fighters just don't have a big name here, man. It just doesn't happen that way. Without that big name and a dangerous style to go against, you know what I'm saying? Like, no belts, no titles, nothing. Man, they get put in that high risk, low reward category, bro. I hate to say it. It's sad to have that. It's the truth, though, man. Brian Thompson says Ugas' head movement was vicious. Yeah, man. He stood his ground. He wasn't backing away from Porter. He was standing right there. And the people, the taunts and all of that shit, man, like that's Ugas saying, look, bro, you can keep your own coming. I'm standing right here. You stay on the outside. You stay on the outside. I'm getting points. I'm winning. I'm racking up points. You score a fight. You don't go off of, was Ugas taking a fight to the opponent? You don't go by that. Is this dude scoring points? Is he landing effectively? Is he controlling the pace of this fight? Is he winning majority of the rounds? Is he outpointing Porter? That's how you score in this fight. Not by emotion. Not by, I feel like he should be having more offense, so no, he don't win this fight. Fuck, that ain't how you do it. You go by punches landed, bruh. And Ugas was landing the more effective punches. Those are just facts. I'm sorry. Dre Reyes says they should have called a knockdown as well. That one was, it was close to me, man. I mean, that was real close. That one in the 12th round, that was real close, bruh. It seems like the punch that Ugas threw kind of glanced the back of Shawn Porter's head. And then Shawn Porter I will admit the back leg slipped, but I don't know if the slip came up from the punch or if it was a wet spot in the ring or whatever the case was, man. But it was close. It was real close, man. That's a hard one to argue, bro. TZ Frank, what's up, man? Ugas was robbed of a knockdown. Oh, I just was talking about that. Yeah, it was razor thin close, man. I could see people saying it could be a knockdown, and we know the refs are just human, man. They don't catch anything, but that wasn't that Jack Reese last night? Old Jack Reese. Well, I tell you. Doc, main man, what it do? Ugas got robbed. #facts all day. Ugas got robbed of his hard work, man. And he got robbed of what was at stake. This was his chance to get out of the high risk, low reward category. This was his chance to all the 8 fights that he just went from, all the losses he took early in his career, bouncing all the way back. This was the chance right here. And they robbed him of all of that glory, bro. That's what makes it a robbery, man. I don't care how close you say the fight was, so it shouldn't be a robbery. No, it was a robbery because of the path and all that he had to do to get back here. And that's not easy for a Cuban fighter. We gotta not get it. That's the robbery. You know what I'm saying? That's the robbery. That's what I'm saying, man. Ducking and hiding says Porter didn't slip. He got slid. Hey, son, I don't know, man. It was close, bro. It was. Hey, man, a lot of fans out there, man, who I'm sure y'all have replayed this shit. I'm sure y'all didn't put it on the big screen, the little screen. Y'all looked at it on your phone, tablet, everything else. And y'all have had to say to yourself, like, nah, bro, I've looked at this at every angle, in slow-mo, in fast-mo. You know what I'm saying? All that. And you know what I mean? And y'all probably figured that, man, we see it was due to a punch. I've reviewed it a couple times, and it's just tough for me, man. It's so tough. The punch happened, and then the slip literally happened maybe a second after the punch. You know what I mean? It was so close. It was so close. Earl Trump says, Fox, no more outside fights in the wintertime. It's a bad look. That was terrible, man. That was terrible. PBs, I don't know what they was thinking with that shit, bro. Everybody out there with blankets and gloves, and this fight on the outside, 50-something degree weather. That was terrible, man. Champion, this is a championship fight. You know what I mean? And y'all put these cats out here in the cold, or at least I don't know if they said it was cold. I see Lennox out there, junk got blankets on top of himself, and he's out that thing sitting like he out there in the middle of the Alaska or something. You know what I mean? His eyebrows look like they had like frost on them or something, or he's just graying up. Which one is it? I don't know, man. But that was a bad look, man. Bad look. Bad look. Let's see. Terrence Gaden says the look Porter gave Ugas after the 12th round said it all. He knew he lost the fight. Yeah. Body language don't lie, man. Body language does not lie. And maybe I'm sure that if you look at Shawn Porter in his interviews, he's like, hey, it's behind me now. It's over now. Yeah, we're moving on. You know what I mean? And one thing I will say, and I want to give credit though, and I want to keep it 100. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that him and Kenny knows they need to be on the first thing smoking to Dallas. I'm glad that they know that. I'm glad that they're not hesitating with that. Get on the first thing smoking to Dallas. Get a front row ticket. And after that fight is over, if Earl Spence is victorious, you need to be in that ring. You need to be on the ropes. You need to be on the turnbuckles. Turn into the Macho Man Randy Shawn Porter like you did last time to call out Danny Garcia. Well, we need to see that come back. We need to see that come back next Saturday. Go on that thing with your shades, belt over side of your on your shoulders. Get yourself a nice sharp suit. Put some rings on your fingers. Go on that thing like a Don. Going in like a Don, go through the rope, step to Earl Spence Jr. with the belt on your shoulder like what's goody. We need to see that, cousin. I'll be looking. We'll be looking. Ducking and hiding says he was froze. Watch the slow-mo. TZ Frank says, I think Reese is betting on fights. He seems fishy to me. There's always controversy in his fights. Yeah, man. Hey, that's old Jack, man. Jack might got some side bets going on the low. It might do, man. Old Jack Reese probably is putting in some side bets somewhere, man. Like, yo, nah, man. I'm because Jack, man, do be having a lot of little shit with him, man. Jack be having a whole lot of little shit with him, bro. Ever since that, ain't nobody gonna never get over the Wilder and Fury fight. You know what I mean? The way he was saying that count on Fury, he was saying that count super loud. 1, 2. Hey, somebody give me a microphone. 3. You know what I mean? Like, man, old Jack is a funny cat, bro. Earl Trim says, man, did you watch Porter asking the ref to help him up when he got shoved down? That was fishy. That's old Jack, bro. We talking about old Jack Reese. Jack Reese, man. He helps fighters. He does it, man. Jack Reese is a wild character, bro. We're going to be keeping our third eye on Jack Reese from here on out, man. I don't know what's up with Jack, man. I think he got some side bets going on the low. I'm with TZ Frank. I think he got side bets going on the low-ski, bro. He's sending somebody to them bookies like, look, man, this is going to happen. We ain't gonna bet on no knockdowns. Nah, none of that. You know what I'm saying? He probably had if that was an official knockdown, he like, nah, we pulling that back, man. All right, let's see here. Yeah, he couldn't stand with both feet. He did, but the back leg slipped out. I'm telling you, man, the slip literally happened like a second after that punch kind of grazed the back of his head, man. I don't know, man. I thought when I initially first saw it, I said, yo, he got knocked down, man. They missed that, bro. I really did, man. And it's like I'm not still too far-fetched from it, but man, it's real close. It's real close. It's real close. How y'all feel like Earl Spence Jr. would do against this version of Showtime Shawn Porter? I already see ducking and hiding saying that EJ will retire, bro. I hear that, bro. Yeah. I mean, like I say, man, it's fight specific. I agree with Kenny Porter there. I don't think the way he fought Ugas is the way they'll fight Earl Spence Jr. I just don't think so. And that's not even natural for Shawn Porter to fight in that way. This was the first fight we've ever really seen. This is the first fight we ever really seen Shawn Porter fight like this for all 12 rounds. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he comes against Earl Spence Jr. fighting in that same fashion. I just don't know, man. Porter beat Ugas. There we go. What you need. Porter beat Ugas, man. Please, sir. Please explain how did Porter beat Ugas? Please give me something on that, bro. You can't just come and just use that vague comment. You got to tell me, what do you think that Shawn Porter did to beat Yordenis Ugas? Do you think he won 6 more or more rounds? You think he won at least 7 rounds against Ugas? I need to know how. I need somebody to explain it to me. I am begging. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Doc says, what you need, where you looking at? I'm thinking the same thing, homie. Please explain to me what you need. You can't come in here with that one little sentence with your little 4 words and say, Porter beat Ugas, man. How? Please tell me. Please tell me who the referee for Spence and Mikey fight. Not sure about that one, Marcus Davis. I got to look into that. We're going to be definitely digging into this Porter. We're going to be definitely digging into the Spence versus Mikey fight. This coming week, we will be doing major vids on that as well as major live streams. Hit the like button for me while y'all here, man. Whether you're fan, whether you're just sliding through to say what's good, whether you're just up listening to some boxing talk, if you're on the job, chilling, cooling, whatever you're doing, man. I'm putting in work right now, man. Hit the like button for me, and I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. Porter gonna be looking like Doodoo Brown against Spence, man. Hey, Porter getting old too, man. That's something that a lot of people ain't talking about, Porter's been in a lot of big fights. I think, he's been in a lot of big fights, and he has been crunching down to this weight class for years. You know what I mean? He's a bigger dude. He is not a small cat. You know what I mean? Like, and he's been crunching down to this weight class for years and taking on a lot of good fights. Even went lower than this against Adrian Bronner. Remember, Adrian Bronner brought him down to like 145 or something like that, wasn't it? Or did they change it at the last minute or something like that, man? But I don't know, man. I don't know, but I know one thing, man. If he fights the way he fought Ugas, against Earl Spence Jr.? Oh, nah, it ain't gonna last long, cuz you are not beating Earl Spence Jr. by just circling around the ring like that. The only fighter that I can see at welterweight that can even maybe have a chance on winning that in that fashion is Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman is used to boxing in that style, and he knows when to put his feet on the gas and when to take them off. You know what I'm saying? This is something that comes natural to him. That ain't nothing that comes natural to Showtime Shawn Porter. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing that comes natural. Man, Porter will go after his second Mando instead of fighting Spence and blame We Be Crooks, the WBC. Yeah, man, I heard that, man. I was like, what? Your second man. But the WBC do be doing that Bama shit. Like, they do be coming out of the blue and giving out 2 mandatories, like they did against Jamel Charlo. You know what I mean? That's how that Lubin fight came around. That was his second mandatory. They do be doing that bullshit. You know what I mean? But, yo, at the end of the day, that doesn't even apply here. Just like, honestly, he didn't have to take this fight. We all know unifications trumps mandatories. So he didn't have to take this fight. He don't have to take the second mandatory or the third one or the fourth one or however many they're going to give him. He ain't had to do that, man. He ain't had to do that, man, at all. Brian Thompson says, nah, man. What you talking about, homie? What you talking about, homie? Let me know. Porter got a hell of a resume, though. Yeah, he do. And that's why I don't say it lightly that he lost. I got respect for Showtime Shawn Porter. I don't say it out of bias. I don't say it. I picked for him to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call it like I see it. And in my personal opinion, I thought he lost. So for anybody who comes here and you just hear me for maybe the first, second, third time and you hear me talk, I have total 100% respect for Showtime Shawn Porter and his daddy. They come over here to my city. They rock with Burry Hunter. I got major respect for them cats. I got major respect for Shawn Porter's resume and the work that he put in, win, lose, or draw. Because I'm not the kind of cat that abandons you if you lose. If you fight in tough fights, you win, you lose, you win some, you lose some. But you fighting, and you fighting top dogs. And that's something that Shawn Porter has always done. Except when it comes to Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm just saying, though. Oh, you said D'Lo Brown, the wrestler. Oh, he had. Whatever happened to D'Lo Brown, man? Is he still alive? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. D'Lo Brown, man, he used to have a little head movement. Like, he used to get on the top rope and shake his head all back and forth. Oh, D'Lo Brown. You know what I mean? Whatever happened to him, man? Hey, man, when is he still alive? Chisel 98 says, I love Porter style. Hell, do what it takes to win. But I can't see him winning against Earl. It'd be like him fighting a brick wall. Yeah, I hear you, man. Hey, Renee Box Young, what's up with you, man? Shout out from Mexico, famo, all day. Shout out to Mexico. To all of my Mexican fans, I appreciate the love, man. Shout out to Mexico, man. Real talk. Yo, man, this week right here, man, I'm going to tell y'all something, man, about this upcoming Earl Spence and Mikey fight. We're going to learn a lot. Because if Mikey, we're going to learn a lot about probably both of these fighters, man. Because if Mikey, who is off the 2019 snacks, comes in here as strong as he's be able to withstand some of Earl Spence punches, we got to fight. But my deal is, and this is about most people's thinking about this, they believe that Mikey will be in this fight for about 4 to 5 rounds. 4 to 5 rounds, whether he wins or loses the rounds, that's one thing or not. But they believe that he's going to be in this fight for about 4 to 5 rounds before the punch accumulation of Earl Spence Jr. starts to stack up on him. And he ain't going to be able to take it too much more. That's how most people are looking at this fight. The X factor to me is whether Mikey gaining this weight, how much oxygen is those muscles going to suck up? How much? This is Earl Spence Jr.'s fight weight. This is where he been fighting at. You're putting on extra mass. Or I ain't going to say extra, man. You're just not slimming down because he walks around it, I'm pretty sure, above 147. So you're just not slimming down as far as you normally would, but you got extra weight on you. That shit going to be sucking up oxygen. Sucking up. For any of us who believe that Mikey has to use his legs in this fight, for any of us that believe that Mikey has to look for counter punching opportunities or constantly to reset Earl Spence Jr., that takes a lot of energy to do, bruh. The question going to be is, can this man do it for a minimum of 7 to 8 rounds to win the fight? It teaches us a lot about Mikey. And for Earl Spence Jr., who most of us believe that's going to go in and destroy Mikey, if he is tested in this fight, are there other levels to Errol Spence Jr.'s game, if he's even tested in this fight. These are the things that we can learn about both fighters, bro. Real talk. I admit Porter used to be real sloppy, but last couple fights, he cleaned up his game. I liked the strategy he did against Danny, and I believe, and I credit a lot of that to Burry Hunter. You know what I mean? Because when Burry put Peterson in there with when he put Peterson there with Danny, that's the same exact the way that Peterson fought. Peterson fought in a boxing style earlier on in that fight and then became aggressive in the later portions of that fight. Those who believe that Peterson lost believe he did it too late. But it was an effective style. We see Mauricio Herrera when a lot of people thought that he beat Danny back in Puerto Rico. That's the way Mauricio Herrera beat Danny. So, you know, they learned. They learned. You know what I mean? Marcus Davis says nobody don't seem to want to fight Spence or Crawford when it comes to those two names. You hear crickets, except Mikey Garcia, who called Spence out. Respect. Respect. Hashtag respect. Respect to Mikey. And that's what I ain't even gonna swear to you, bro. I thought he was welling. I didn't think he was gonna take the fight. I thought he was just using Errol Spence Jr.'s name to, you know, clout chase a little bit. Keep his name in the headlines, this, that, and the third. But Slim, when he actually accepted this fight, I say, wait, hey, Mikey feel like he can do it. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him at all. I mean, respect to him. Do I see him winning? Probably not. But for the fact that he's not just only talking about it and mentioning the man's name, he actually getting in the ring. I gotta give him respect for that, man. Real shit. Brian Thompson says D'Lo Brown up in 520 power bombing little kids on the mattress by the dumpster. Hey man, what's up with D'Lo Brown, man? Somebody say, hey, D'Lo Brown out here probably lunching off the water and all that, man. I ain't seen D'Lo Brown in 100 years. Yeah, man. I just finished. Renee Box Young says I just finished watching Brook versus Spence again, and man, Spence is extremely tough. I don't see Mikey as tough as Brook or Lamont Peterson. Man, Spence is used to fighting, really tough guys, and that's what I'm saying. You know, sometimes you can be a skillful fighter, bro. You can have all the skill in the world, but the physicality of it. Can your body actually sustain? Can your body do their weight classes for a reason? We always say that, but yet and still, we've seen great things done in the sport. You know what I mean? And yeah, hey, Spence is a tough cat, man. The way he dropped Leonard Bundu, the way Leonard Bundu was out, like the way he went out, man, like somebody smacked Leonard Bundu in the head with a bag of nickels, like he was out. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude be destroyed. He made my man Brook take a knee in his hometown. That's like damn no mas all day. But Spence is not a joke. He got serious power. But the golden question to me is what happens when he's pushed? What happens when he is tested? And I ain't wrong for asking that question because none of us ain't never seen it. But yet and still, I mean, Lamont Peterson didn't push Spence. Kell Brook pushed him for half of a fight. And that's what makes me go, hold up. And people think I be tripping when I say this. It makes me go, hold up. Kell Brook pushed him for a half a fight. And we seen the same old constant Spence just coming, double jabbing, going downstairs, trying to get to the inside. Double jabbing, cutting the ring off, double jab. The problem with the thing was Kell Brook was countering him, countering over top of the jab, and he was doing it beautifully in the first half of the fight until the eye went. The eye went and he couldn't see nothing. And then Spence broke him down. Thunderous punches. It's still hard to watch that fight after the 6th round. It's hard because the way he broke Kell Brook down, man, it's just like, imagine that was you. I mean, broke him down. It was insane, son. My man Kell ain't bring the same sense. God damn, son. Let's see. I also don't see Mikey as active in the ring as Brook and Lamont. The one thing that Mikey has going for him into this fight that I think, it ain't so much, I mean, yeah, you know, it ain't speed. I think it's timing. I think Mikey's timing is a diamond. You know, Mikey's timing, he knows exactly when to punch and when not to punch. And that is a major asset that he's going to need into this fight. He don't have to punch himself out. He don't have to sit there and put together a zillion combinations. He just has to have the ability to constantly reset Errol Spence Jr. and must do this for 12 consecutive rounds. Easier said than done. Don't get me wrong, especially for a smaller fighter. Easier said than done. But that's the ability by having good timing, whether it's timing with the left hook, whether he can time the jab and stop Errol Spence's momentum before he starts to go downstairs. Because Errol loves to double jab. And if Mikey can get that punch in between that jab like Kell Brook was doing, it could be a factor. But I just don't know if Mikey physical, his body can help, because Earl's going to land some punches. And I don't know if the ones that Mikey missed, I don't know if he can sustain it for 12 rounds, bro. I just don't know, bro. I don't know. Mikey going to go to war. I don't see Mikey quitting. All right, he can go to war if he want. He can go to war with the hardest hitting welterweight. Man, he better come in here with a strategy, bro. He better go with a strategy, man. He better go with a strategy. Cliox, what's up, man? Mikey called Earl out, and Earl took the fight. Period. Earl was even trying to resist it at first. Earl was like, man, he ain't entertaining it until he seen it was official. And then he seen all the fanfare building up. Then he see Jerry Jones getting in the mix. And it's like, okay, then we on pay-per-view. It's like, all this shit just came together. And Earl was just caught up in the mix. So what he supposed to do? Not take the opportunity? Especially when nobody else don't want to fight him? Shit. Don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me for him to turn it down. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. It makes sense, man. Renee Box Young says exactly. Spence was returning with the vengeance, even though Brook was hitting him up. Yeah, man, he was. He was returning with a vengeance. And that's the thing, man. Even though Brook was doing the pull countering and was resetting Spence at a lot of portions of the fight, Spence never stopped coming. He never stopped coming. Brook, I may have won in the 6th round, but I ain't stupid neither. And it's not to know that Earl Spence Jr., his pressure and what he did didn't make the eye go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I believe if Kell Brook would have been fighting Amir Khan, would the eye went out? Nah, probably not. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe the eye was weakened? Yeah, probably so. But it's the fact that Earl kept coming. He was so relentless where he would not stop coming. It wouldn't stop. You know what I mean? This is why, at least, you know, you go back a little while, a lot of boxing fans out here was talking about Earl and drug testing. And this is the reason why. Because they can't have no explanation as to why in the hell does this dude keep coming. Like, he just keeps on fucking coming, keep on swinging. You know what I'm saying? And he's relentless, bro. It's relentless. And Mikey gonna have to deal with that. Even if Mikey is shining for the first 2 to 3 rounds, Earl gonna still be relentless. That's gonna be tough for him to deal with. And his body, will it allow him to deal with it? Those newfound muscles, that 1.5 ab that he has, it's going to be sucking up oxygen. Now, Mikey doesn't overexert himself in a fight, neither. But at the end of the day, Mikey is going to be the smaller man in this. In a lot of situations, he's always the bigger guy, or more so the wider guy. He can impose his will a lot easier on the 130 and the 140 size fighters. But against a cat who could be easily boxing at 154, and the man hits like a damn freight train. Now, his defense ain't all that polished. Earl's defense is not all that polished. Unless he's being 100. He does get tagged. But can Mikey stand there in the pocket long enough to tag him? These a lot of questions, bro. We got a lot of questions. Jamie Peralta says, if you look at the scorecard of Brook and Spence, Spence was winning the fight through 6 rounds. No, I think on all no, he wasn't winning on all the judges' scorecards. I don't believe not on all 3, not by far. And the way I had that fight, it was I had it 4-2 Brook. I had it 4-2 Brook, man. And I ain't saying Spence wasn't coming on, but I had it 4-2 Brook. Not to mention Brook had just came from 2 classes up, squeezing back down to 4-7, putting in medical exemption after medical exemption. It was just, I mean, it was a good one. I hate to keep shitting on that win for Earl Spence Jr., but at the end of the day, it's still a little semi-asterisk right there, bro. We just got to keep it real. We got to keep it real. We want to see him fight Porter. We want to see him fight Thurman. We want to see him fight Crawford, Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Maybe these are a more legacy solidifying fights. You know what I'm saying? But it's always going to be known that Kell Brook had just came off getting destroyed by Gennady Golovkin at 160. And he came back down 2 classes and he just got his eye broken. I mean, that's just the facts of the matter. Was it a smart decision? Probably not, at least in hindsight. But at the end of the day, that's what happened, man. And we can't ignore that didn't happen. Brook was damaged goods and he was giving EJ work. That's what, man. He was damaged. And he ain't been the same since. Look at Kell, man. Kell is rated number 1 at 54, right up under Jared Hurd, who has 2 titles. Won't jump in the ring with her. Didn't want to give Charlo no smoke. Nobody. Look who he fighting, the Zarafas of the world. You know what I'm saying? Hoping for an Amir Khan fight so he can probably check the hell out of here. Amir Khan smacking him around in negotiations, smacking him around in the public. It's sad what happened to my main man, Kill. I still fuck with him, though. But it's sad what happened to him, man. It's sad the way his career went, man. And Earl Spence Jr. is a major factor of why that happened. Brian Thompson says, I understand the doubt about Mikey, but I don't understand the hype about Spence. The one thing that I can say about Mikey is that he is very calculated and he makes sure his punches count. Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about Mikey. His timing and his ability to know when and when not to punch. The ability to control the pace. Now, as for Spence, I think what thing is, it's an eye test thing with a lot of people, Brian, and that's just being 100. I always get into arguments with people all the time about this. Oh, you going by the eye test. Oh, he looks, the style that he uses looks as if he can beat this style. Fighters change styles all the time. Look what we just seen with Shawn Porter. Now, as far as Spence resume, I mean, you ain't got much to really go off. You just don't. But that's no detriment to him because nobody don't want to fight him except T-Bud. Let's not forget about that. T-Bud to take the fight. But nobody else don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? And that speaks volumes on its own. Whenever you are ducked, and I have respect for duck fighters, whenever you are ducked, that speaks volume on its own. That tells you something. There's a reason they don't want that smoke. It ain't just because it's Earl Spence Jr. He ain't high risk, low reward no more. He ain't. Y'all think Showtime Shawn Porter gonna follow through with him? You think his trip to Dallas is in vain or no? Do you think Shawn Porter really means it? Now that he see Earl Spence Jr. on pay-per-view, Earl Spence is a world champion. He has the momentum of the fans. Do you really believe at this point that Shawn Porter is serious now? I wonder that. It remains to be seen. Marcus Davis says, even without the eye, you think Kell Brook would have kept it up even if the eye didn't happen? Kell still probably would have got tired because of the pressure Spence was putting on him. I guess we never know, though. Yeah, real talk. Because even when the fight got stopped, man, like when he took that knee, it was still a close fight. It was still a close fight by that point. You know what I mean? Even the commentators was like, yo, man, like if he can just hang in there, maybe win another round or so, yo, this is a close fight. We would never, ever know. You know, we would never know. And this is like with the Gennady Golovkin fight, and that's something that gets under talked about. I believe that in the Gennady Golovkin fight, that Gennady Golovkin was blowing his load. I think if Kell could have withstood that last storm or so, if Dominic Engel would have never thrown that towel in, who knows? If Kell could have set through that storm, I know his eye was missing, but Kell was still fighting. And, you know, he was tiring down, but so was Gennady Golovkin. And when Gennady Golovkin gets tired, he gets hit. I mean, we don't know. It's always the talk of what if, you know what I mean? It's always a talk of what if. Fred Thomas says Earl Spence defense is underrated. He don't get hit as much as people say. Well, he doesn't get hit. I ain't gonna say he doesn't get. He gets hit at pretty much whenever his opponent willing to actually fight with him, he gets touched. Like Chris Algieri wasn't there to fight. You know what I mean? Chris Algieri wasn't there to fight. Leonard Bundu was just, I don't know what the fuck Leonard Bundu was there to do. But when you have like in the Emmanuel Latte fight, Emmanuel Latte came to fight. So he got some good punches in on Earl Spence Jr. Kell Brook came to fight. So he got some good punches on him. Lamar Peterson didn't even come to fight. Lamar Peterson came to survive. It was just standing there, not letting his hands go. But whenever we've seen opponents that actually stand there and they're coming to actually attempt to fight, they get some punches in on Earl, man. And that's just being real. Now, it's not terrible defense. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying how does that translate on the elite level? That's all I'm asking. You know what I mean? That's all I'm asking. Jamie Peralta says that Hearn is messing up Brooks' career. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's just, it's messed up, man. Hearn is, I don't know, man. I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, man. You know what I mean? We can easily look back and just say, yeah, well, he shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have did this. I remember at the time when they announced that he was going to go face Gennady Golovkin, it turned the boxing world upside down. Oh, he's daring to be great. Everybody, I was even saying it. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know, Hearn. What really makes me upset with Hearn, and I don't know how did Hearn sign Amir Khan, and knowing that this is the fight that Brook wanted, you know, his whole career. How do you don't make that happen? How do you allow Bob Arum and ESPN to come and swoop and take Amir Khan away from you on Khan's last fight with Matchroom? How do you let that happen? That's something I will never understand. You know what I'm saying? That's something I will honestly never understand. That's something I will never understand. Glitch Realm says if Spence was from Ukraine, he would get his credit. I only see people discrediting him because no one wants to fight him. And that's the only reason. That's the only reason. And that's what I mean, though. But you know what, Glitch Realm? And I got to be 100. Like, if Spence gets the body, if he gets that one body, it's just like your Danish Ugas, same thing. Like, if he gets that one body that everybody sees as a proper opponent of that level, you can't say shit at that point. I don't know if Mikey is that dude. I can't sit here and say Mike because the excuse is built in. Let's just be 100. The fans gonna come out of everywhere like, oh, he was too small. Spence beating up on a lightweight. Ain't nothing but Spence beating up. He ain't gonna get. I don't know if he gonna get full credit for this one. He gonna get it from me because Mikey jumped out there, but I'm just that kind of cat. But for the majority of boxing fans, man, especially the Spence detractors, being 100, he ain't gonna get the full credit, bro. He ain't gonna get it. They're gonna be like, Mikey was too small. The same way that they say Bundu was too old. Kell Brook was broken. So he needs that one able body. He needs the Keith Thurman. He needs the Shawn Porter. He needs the Danny Garcia. Before, honestly, everybody will be out of excuses. And that's just facts. You know what I mean? Fred Thomas says Spence makes all his punches counts as well. His punch placement is extraordinary. It is. I don't deny that. But is it extraordinary against the top level? That's the question we need to know. See, I'm not that type of cat, right? Like that. Okay, look, there are levels to the fight game. We all know that. He's basically doing in a nutshell that if he's as special as everybody say he is, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Get rid of these dudes. The Chris Algieri's of the world, the Ocampos of the world. Get rid of these dudes, the Bundus, the Broken Brooks. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting rid of these cats, and he's supposed to. He's supposed to get rid of Mikey. He's supposed to if he is special. But we need to see him in there with another special fighter. You know what I'm saying? We seen everybody else at welterweight do this already. We seen Crawford show his special. We seen Thurman show his special. We seen Shawn show his special. We've seen Danny show. We just haven't seen it from Spence. And I'm telling you, once he does that, nobody will have nothing else they can say. That's the last door he got to close. He got to get this special opponent. Not the ones with built-in excuses. Not the ones that ain't seen as elite. If Spence says he is the number one fighter, he is the number one welterweight. A lot of fans actually believe that. And I seen him on the other day when Keith Thurman was on there, and he's like, yo, how does it feel to be the number 2 welterweight? Spence caught it ASAP, like, huh? So he feels he's number 1. Cool. Where the work at, though? Where the work at? We can't just, I don't give nothing. You know what I mean? Like, where the work at? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Fred Thomas says, hell no, I bet Shawn Porter won't fight Spence next. Shawn will get bludgeoned to death. And that's what I wonder, bro. I was just asking everybody that, man. Hey, yo, hit the like button for me as y'all come on in, man. Hey, that's what I'm wondering. Is Shawn Porter serious? Y'all think when Shawn goes to Dallas, like, dog, like, this ain't just for show. This ain't just for the camp. This ain't just to shut us up. Is this, y'all think this is the real deal? Y'all really think that Shawn really means it? I mean, look, my thing is this. To the other fighters now, he should be much more attractive, especially if the pay-per-view numbers from this Mikey Garcia come in proper. He will be much more attractive, I would think, to the other fighters. I don't see no reason at that point why Shawn Porter shouldn't take the fight. None. You know what I mean? I just don't see at all, man. I don't see any reason why Danny Garcia wouldn't take a fight with Errol Spence Jr. if he is a pay-per-view attraction and he gets the job did. Red Glove Militant, what's up, fam? Man, the made one, the great one. What's up, fam? What's up with you? Much love to you, homie. Yeah, man, I just don't see it. So my deal is Errol Spence Jr., the one big benefit that he does get from beating, or if he beats Mikey Garcia, is that he becomes a much more, and excuse me for lack of a better term, but he becomes much more of a sexier fighter. He becomes much more of an attractive fighter. Now, it's not just a high risk, low reward, or I just got my ass whooped by Spence. I can get my ass whooped by Spence and get a bag and be put on pay-per-view. It makes him much more attractive. So, you know, when honestly, you know, if a lot of folks come out and say, well, oh yeah, he beat a lightweight, oh, he beat a small fighter, as a lot of detractors will do, if this happens, then guess what? Errol Spence can still sit back happy and content with himself because now he got pay-per-view numbers to back him up. He's been exposed to a bigger audience, and he got Jerry Jones in the back pocket. It makes him a much more attractive fighter. Those are the wins. Those are the upsides for Errol Spence in this fight. Eddie Hearn is the great deceiver all day, all day, all day. You know what I mean? What he did to Brook, man, I'm telling you, man, what he did to Brook, man, I just don't understand how he got it, Brook, all the way to the gutter like that, man. That's just crazy, son. Brett Thomas says Spence blocks a lot of punches, parries a lot of punches, and also his step back game is good. His defense is not Mayweather-ish, but it's solid. It's solid. His step back game is good. I think a lot of punches kind of breaks the guard sometimes. I think sometimes when he's coming forward, he walks into some things too. Like I think that was the issue with Brook. I mean, when he was coming forward, walking forward, he was walking into a lot of Brook shots. And I guess when you think you're the stronger fighter and you think you're a more powerful fighter, and I'm going to stop this cat, and you're so determined, it happens that way. That's what we seen happen with Jamel Charlo against Tony Harrison. You know, not only being inaccurate, but also walking forward too much and getting hit with shots. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes that happens with him. And yeah, his step back game is solid, and it's okay. His parry game is okay. It's not elite. Maybe I got to see it against elite competition to be much more sure. I'm sorry, man. I'm just not an eye test cat, man. I'm never been an eye test cat. Ducking and hiding says Brook should have took the time to get healthy. American fighters do it when they not ducking. Yeah, but Brook knew at that time, bro, his only claim to fame was the IBF title. You know what I mean? And he had applied for medical extension after medical extension, and he even wanted to try to hopefully stall enough time to get the Amir Khan fight. But it didn't never happen. And it was either when the IBF told him he can't have no more extensions, it was either defend now or lose that belt. And maybe some people saying in 20, like looking back now, a lot of people saying that, yo, maybe he should have let the title go. But then what would have been Brook's claim to fame? Other than like an Amir Khan, oh, no one's beat me at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? But that shit don't hold no water, man. That shit don't hold no water. Terrence Crawford gonna punish Khan, man. I don't care what nobody say. Harold Trim says, Eddie, oh, I already read that one. Let's see. Glitch Realm says, I would love to see Earl and Canelo with the rehydration clause. Now, Canelo want to put rehydration clauses on Daniel Jacobs. Funny, man. For anybody who doesn't know the rules or wonder why this happens that way, just know, yes, the IBF, the title that Daniel Jacobs has, does have a next day weigh-in where you can't be over 10 pounds, except in unification fights. Except in unification fights. That's the rule of the IBF. So technically, yes, they do. Like in Earl Spence's case, he will have to abide by that 10-pound rehydration rule the next day. Cannot come in the next morning over 10 pounds above 147 because it's not a unification fight. So, but in Daniel Jacobs' case, that shouldn't be the case. Daniel Jacobs should be able to come in whatever weight he wants to. This is Canelo's doing. What you worry about, Canelo? Mr. Canelo weight. Canelo, man, this would kill me about Canelo, bro. He always looking for the edge, man. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I said it before and I'll say he learned more from Floyd Mayweather than just being schooled in the ring. He learned a lot from Mayweather outside the ring too. You did. Like, don't get it twisted. He learned a lot from Mayweather inside and outside of the ring. And dog, I mean, look, it is what it is, right? But Canelo know exactly what the hell he doing, man. Real talk. Sharif Bale says, I feel like Porter didn't even win one round. God damn. Yeah, bro. I feel like he lost. Now I can give more than one round, but hey, you right on the spot, bro. I mean, I thought he lost, man. I thought he lost by a decisive margin. I thought he lost by a real decisive margin. Real shit. What y'all think about Ennis versus Spence down the road? Ennis ain't ready yet, but that'll be something good. That'll be something good. I'm hoping, honestly, Maurice Hooker come up to 4-7 soon, man, because he's struggling to make that 140 weight. Regis already said, man, if he can't get no respectable opponent after the WBSS, that's what he had. He coming up to 4-7. 4-7, it got some nice youngsters about to come up there. Josh Taylor already calling out welterweights. So them boys coming. Them boys coming. And I don't know if Spence going to be around at that weight class long enough to see them cats. But, yo, more smoke is definitely coming to 147 in the near future. Kenny was saying last night, Earl, but Sean was saying Pac or Thurman. Yeah, yeah, man. And, you know, man, look, man. Like I'm gonna say it before, I say it again. If you want your respect, Shawn Porter. If you want your respect, yeah, fans will cheer, and some fans will be on board. You and Pacquiao, even you'll still even have a significant, a good portion of fans that will support a him and Thurman rematch. But for the majority of the fight fans who are in the know, and you want your respect, it goes through Earl Spence Jr., bruh. It goes through Earl. I'm sorry, man. That's just the way it is. You allowed this man to come and tell you to your face he calling you out. His words ring true. The same way you called out Danny, the same way you called out Keith, I'm calling you out. He didn't do it from the seats. He didn't do it on social media. He did it to your face. And you said that was the easiest fight in the world to make. Then on top of that, he looked for you at your press conference and then took the whole Joan over. Like before he even can take it up, like get there and get you got out of Dodge. Like that's not a good look. It's not a good look. And then you coming us telling us bullshit. Oh, well, I'm doing what the WBC told me to do. Like we stupid. We know unifications trumps mandatories. Don't give us that, man. Don't give us that, man. So it's like to me, man, with all of this posturing and with all of this tiptoeing you was doing, it sets them. If you want it, look, if you could have just came out and said, well, look, Earl, we can get it in, but I'm gonna defend my title one good time. And you know, I'm gonna get a good defense out the way because this was a tough fight I had tonight. Then after that, fight you next. That would at least set the fans into a position like, okay, we know what to expect. Not, oh, this is the easiest fight in the world to make. Not just let them take it over and you do nothing. Set the record straight. So he gonna have to set the record straight, bro. At the post fight, yeah. At the post fight, Porter was calling out Thurman next instead of Spence. Oh, yeah, man. That's just you know. But both of these dudes are coming off not the most impressive performances. So maybe but it's like you can't say that, man, because then it really makes Spence look like a straight up monster. Because if you say, oh, they're not coming off the best performances, but they're gonna fight each other, then why ain't they fighting Spence? That's like, and this is what I'm saying. It's like it's being said without it being like said. You know what I mean? Like they not fighting Spence for a reason. Like why is the hesitant? Why is there so much hesitation? I don't even think Kell Brook would have took the fight if it wasn't for a mandatory. And this is one of the reasons I always talk about that I really wish that Earl Spence Jr. would have stayed in the WBC because these cats would have had nowhere to go. They would have had nowhere to run. You know what I mean? They would have had nowhere to run. Bray Thomas says Spence versus Mikey would look like Spence versus Peterson. I don't know, man. Mikey. I don't know. Mikey's Peterson at that point when Spence fought him was war torn, bro. Wars and rumors of wars. He had a long career. He's been in a lot of hard fights. Mikey, for the most part, has not been in nearly as hard of fights or bloody wars as Lamont Peterson was at that point. You know what I mean? I don't think it'll look similar, but I do think for at least the first half of this fight, I think we're gonna have a real contentious fight. I don't think Mikey goes in there and get dusted in 1-2 rounds. At least I hope not. I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think Mikey gonna hang in there for a minimum of 4, 5, 6 rounds before we see Spence just overloading on him. I think it happens something similar to that. I recall Kenny asked for $10 million to fight Spence. Now he's claiming Spence ducked Shawn because of money. Yeah, I heard about that, man. And this is what I was saying. Kenny Porter was the one running around telling everybody, yo, I talked to the powers that be. And they told me, nah, this is what Earl Spence is doing. He going after the money. So we just had to fall back. I don't know how much truth that is. I don't know how much truth is in that what Kenny's saying. Kenny usually a stand-up dude. I don't know how much truth is in that. But he was saying that he went to Al and the Sam or whoever makes the moves. And he said that they wanted Spence and it wouldn't, and they told him it couldn't happen. So no, bro. I don't know. Glitch Realm says Regis is the truth. I believe so too, bro. I think Regis wins the whole the World Boxing Super Series. I believe Regis does it. And if he can't get that WBC shot, then he gone on up to 147. And I can't wait to see it happen. I can't wait to see it happen. I really can't. Bring it on, bro. Make 147 more deeper. Brown Brothers Boxing says, yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, Fred Thomas says, when Spence hits you clean, you can hear his punches. It's thud and sound. Spence power is real. And Mikey will find that out. Yeah. I don't deny that, man. But how does that power is one thing. There's a lot of fighters that got power. But once they got in there with another elite fighter, that power is, how can you can have a missile, you can have an atomic bomb, but without the proper rocket to get it to the target, it won't hit the target. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying, bro. We need to see this on the elite level, man. Mikey gonna get off a little bit. Mikey's best bet is to time Spence, man, period, and reset him as much as he can. Move his feet, turn him. As Spence goes in for the double jab, one good shot, bam, you can get out of dodge, turn him. As Spence come in for a jab, left hook over top of the jab, turn him, get out of there. Don't stand still. But if he think he gonna get caught up on them ropes, if he think he gonna get caught in the corner, if he think he gonna try to pop a jab on Spence and then stand there, maybe, no, man, that ain't the way to go. He has to constantly make Spence not plant his feet and constantly keep him on the move and keep him guessing. That's what he got to do, man. That's what we got to do, because Spence is going to keep on coming. He's going to keep on coming. It's the T1000 of the welterweight division and shit. He going to keep on coming. T1000. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. Mikey going, yeah. Marcus Davis says, what fighters at 147 don't get hit, though? Besides Spence, people make a big deal about Spence getting hit too much, but Keith get hit a lot, and Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia, all these guys get hit. But guess what, Marcus? That's what I'm saying. I don't deny that, bro. But they fighting. They fought each other. They fought other top-rated fighters. That ain't been the case with Spence. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not, look, bro. Y'all, a lot of Spence fans need to understand. He's a fighter. And he's subject to criticism like all the rest of them is. Now, I'm saying that these dudes all get hit by because they fighting each other. Now, Spence doesn't get hit like hit. No, but Brooke did put a lot of leather on him. Brooke, for what it was worth at the first half of that fight, was a champion. He was considered an elite fighter, and he hit Spence. Everybody gonna get hit. I don't deny that. But a lot of Spence defenders act like this dude is a unicorn. Like, yo, nothing happens to Errol Spence Jr. He just is the greatest boxer of all time. No one can beat Errol Spence Jr. because he's so powerful. And people point out little things that they see. You know what I mean? Like, it's just little things. But they all got it. Just because you said about Spence don't mean that the other ones don't have it neither. It's not the case. It's just the little things that people notice. That's all. It's all. I think still, even if you put Spence in there with any of these dudes, he give them all a run for their money. I can't say for sure that he beats them. Like, I mean, I can say what my gut thinks. I think he beats Porter. I will admit. But I think he has trouble with Thurman. And I think he has trouble with Crawford. But we just got to see it. That's all I'm saying, cuz. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I could believe Kenny on that because Spence said that Al had him fighting other people as well to Crawford and Arum. I think Heyman is job like protecting Spence a little bit. That could be the case in something that we don't know. And that's the unfortunate part about no one hearing Al Heyman speak. You dig? Like, I noticed a lot of cats, and I ain't one of them cats by far, that defend Al Heyman's every single fucking move, and you don't even know what the man's train of thought is. You don't know what schemes he got running. You have no idea. Orlando Finney in the super chat. I appreciate you, family. Much love to you, homie. Much love to my main man, Orlando Finney, man. All day. All day. I want to get you on here one day, Orlando. Real talk, man. What's good with you, homie? What's good with you, fam? All day. All day, man. But yo, man, we don't know Al Heyman's. We don't know what schemes he really got going on. This is something that Kenny said, and people calling him a liar. And people are saying, "Oh yeah, he lying, man. Kenny. He's lying," because they believe his credibility is so shot because of all the talks that all the excuses they've been giving to the public. But do we truly know what Al Heyman's thought process really is? Is he grooming Errol Spence Jr. to be a pay-per-view star? So he kept them at bay. Is that the case? Do you know that for sure? Or you just think that, no, that's not the case? I'm asking the question. Do anybody know that for sure? Nobody don't know that, man. Nobody don't know that. Nobody don't know that. And maybe there's some truth to what Kenny is talking about. I don't know. Maybe we are giving Shawn Porter a hell of a time. And maybe the powers that be says, no, this is where the money is at. We got a big money's little thing going on over here. So we're going to let this play out. You just chill on out. All y'all chill on out until we get y'all a green light when y'all can fight Spence. Maybe that is the case. I don't know. Boxing is fucking foul, bruh. Y'all better understand the sport that you support. I've been watching boxing for years, far too long, to know that there ain't a lot of shady characters in boxing. And for everybody to stick up for a cat you never heard speak a word. You've never heard his point of view. You've never heard how he feel about this or that or this. You just hear the fighters happy that they work for this man. Oh, man. Oh, hey, thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman. They thank Al Heyman before they thank their mamas. They thank Al Heyman before they thank their daddies. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman. Shit, I'll be thanking Al Heyman all the shit too if he giving me sweet deals. Shit, man, y'all better get hip, man. Boxing is like that, bro. I ain't blind to that by far. You know what I mean? Not by far. Mikey has quit before when shit wasn't going his way. The first clean body shot, Mikey will regret taking this fight. No. We'll see, man. Mikey off the snacks, man. Mikey ain't take this. I mean, I don't know why. If for everybody who feels that Mikey gonna go out so easy, why do you think that Mikey took the fight? Why do y'all think that Mikey come on with this bullshit? He's saying something. Clearly, his family was like, "Oh, Mikey, no, don't take this fight." We saw Robert Garcia. We seen Big G. They always out there like, nah. In the early days of them talking about this, they wasn't all the way on board. They was like, "Yo, man, nah. We rather see him face Pacquiao. We rather see him face somebody else. We didn't ask for him to face a Earl Spence Jr. You did. We did. Sounds good to me. Yeah, all day, Orlando. Yeah, man. Please, man, get you a and I know you work at night and all that, so I'll make it can do it. I'll do it whatever time is good for you, man. You my main man, man. I want to get you up on the platform, man, all day. Ducking and hiding, facts made, man. He gets touched. I mean, he does. If they all do, but he gets touched too. He ain't no fucking unicorn. He ain't never been. The people act like he's never been punched, and people calls it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. True that. A lot of corruption in the sport. Facts. And I'm just in a position where I don't really be siding with the suits. I don't care who they are, you know what I'm saying, or this, that, and the third. I side with the fighters. So whatever the fighters think is best for their career, that's what they think is best. I just want to see good fights. But just to say, Al Heyman wouldn't do that. He wouldn't protect that fighter. He wouldn't protect this fighter. I don't subscribe from that shit, bro. I don't subscribe from that. I don't subscribe from that by far. I agree. Marcus Davis says, I agree. I'm not saying Spence is unbeatable. I don't got flaws. He definitely does. I'm just trying to say all fighters got their flaws, though. Nobody at 4-7 got Mayweather defense, but Spence got flaws, though. They all do, bro. They all gets touched. But most importantly, like I said, when you in there with another elite fighter, when you in there with another top-notch fighter, you gonna get touched. You're gonna get touched. Now, in Spence's case, I just need to see how it happens, bro, when he in there with a Thurman. You know what I mean? Because just simply coming forward, swinging hard punches ain't going to beat everybody. Gennady Golovkin found that out. It ain't going to beat everybody. Mike Tyson found that. A lot of fighters found out that what I've been doing on these cats over here might not necessarily work on this cat. You know what I'm saying? Look at Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter, man, for some reason, changed his whole style last night against Ugas, even though I think he still lost. But he changed his whole style last night. Why he do that? He must have felt like if I did this, my usual thing, it might not work against this cat Ugas. You know what I mean? That's all I mean. Thanking Al Heyman for everything. Oh yeah, man, I just bought a new pack of socks. I want to thank Al Heyman. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? All day. You know what I mean? I just ate this new box of cereal this morning. It was delicious, and I want to thank Al Heyman. You know what I mean? He is the man all day. He is the man. Thank you, Al Heyman. They thank Al Heyman for every goddamn thing. I woke up this morning. I want to thank Al Heyman. I brushed my teeth this morning, and most definitely I want to thank Al Heyman. Never heard this man say shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, he called out Earl Klyox all day, and that's why I'm not going against Earl if Earl destroys Mikey. If Earl destroys Mikey, you will not sit here and catch me saying, "Oh yeah, well he beat up on a little dude." Nah. Mikey went barking up this tree. Under whose orders? I don't know. But Mikey went barking up under this tree. And so guess what, bro? You're going to get that work. All of us fight fans were sitting here talking about we want to see Earl against this guy. We want to see him against Shawn, Danny, Keith. We want to see him against, we'll take a Pacquiao fight. We'll take a Crawford fight. That's all we've been talking about. And here comes Mikey out the blue. Oh, I see something. Yes, I see something. I see something in Earl Spence. He's the one that helps me wake up this morning. Thank you, Al Heyman. He's the one that helps me, you know, it makes me want to continue to fight. It's all about Earl Spence. I want Earl Spence. Thank you, Al Heyman. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it is what it is. You went looking for this, bro. Now you're going to get that work. Lomachenko gets hit too. You see where they rank him. Lomachenko gets hits too, and you see where they rank him. Yeah, but Lomachenko is the king of nomads right now, bro. Lomachenko making people just sit down. You know what I'm saying? Look what he did to my man Rigo. Poor Rigo. I'm glad to see, you know what? I am glad to see that Rigo has finally made it back to civilization. I am glad to see that Guillermo Regan Dial is now coming back, and we just seen him fight not too long ago against some little unknown bum. But it's still good to see Guillermo Regan Dial is alive, he is breathing, and he is still healthy, most importantly. Because the man went to no Mars land. We didn't see him for a while, and this is what Lomachenko do to you. You did. And you know, that's the thing that made me mad about Mikey, man, was the fact that, yo, bro, like, you let this dude come up and beat Jorge Linares before you did. Damn, you know what I mean? Like, shh. But Lomachenko, he got far away from my main man, Gary Russell Jr., as far away from Gary Russell as he possibly could. I didn't care for that. I didn't care for how he skipped out of that division so fast and wouldn't give Gary that rematch. Wasn't too happy about that. Lomachenko beat your ass and then keeps it moving. You know what I'm saying? It don't stick around at all. You know what I mean? Hey, real shit, man. Yeah, man. Mikey took the fight because he needs the money to start his lawyer office. Man, Mikey want to be like a sheriff or something, right? I be sending him with his sheriff. I thought he said he wanted to be a police officer or something about it. He still got time. He want to do a shot. He want to be a police officer. Mikey trying to get this bag of money and then start his own police station. You know what I mean? Mikey gonna have all all of his deputies. He's gonna have the snacks in them and all that. You know what I mean? Hey man, y'all need to cut it out, man. For real, y'all wrong. Best of Boxing Talk says, I believe Porter had to change his style for Ugas. He frustrated Ugas because Ugas is a come forward pressure fighter, and Mikey Garcia makes his own orders. Most of the world is, you know, and I hear you, man. Good, that's a good point, Best of Boxing Talk. And that's what I mean. Like, maybe Porter actually wanted to surprise Ugas. He didn't, you know, everyone knows when you say Shawn Porter, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? All right, I'm gonna have to fight Emmett Smith. I'm gonna have to fight Walter Payton up in this joint. You know what I mean? And maybe they thought he was expecting that too much. So they came in with something different. That could be the case. But my deal is that something different didn't work. And that's my point. There's something different. Got him counted all night long. There's something different. Did not have him landing the cleaner, decisive shots. The something different didn't have him controlling the pace of this fight. You know, they can change up the game plan all they want. But the change up didn't work. And that's all I'm saying. And I think that's what a lot of fans are saying. It's not saying that, yo, you know, the reason he did this against Ugas because he was afraid. And, yo, I thought, honestly, he would have won the battle with Ugas if they would have actually got into the trenches. This is where Shawn Porter shined the most in the fight to me. And most importantly, Ugas is not the most powerful. I think, honestly, Shawn Porter hits harder than Ugas, in my opinion. Ugas can't come. He is to come forward, and he will get in the trenches with you. But I was telling people before the fight, I went looking at the Tomas Delorme fight. And because Tomas Delorme fought in a pressure style against Ugas, and Ugas stood his ground. Ugas stood his ground and fought well with Tomas Delorme. But Tomas Delorme was a much smaller fighter. In Showtime Shawn Porter's case, I thought he would have been the harder puncher. And he would have got the best of those exchanges down the stretch. That's what I think. That's what I think. Mikey Garcia beats Lomachenko. Well, I wish we would have saw it, man. I truly wish we would have saw it. But Mikey's beef with Bob Arum, man. Bob kept him out of the ring all them years, and the court cases, man, the blood got to be just, it got to be some real bad blood between them two behind the scenes, man. Mikey lost a lot of good years fucking around with Bob Arum. You know what I mean? So I'm sure Mikey, we give him a lot of shit about him not facing Lomachenko, and I do it sometimes. But I wish he would just honestly fought Jorge Linares. But we give him a lot of crap. But at the end of the day, bro, put yourself in Mikey's shoes. You talking about actually making a fight with a dude who kept you out the ring for years, who hurt you big time, hurt your finances, all that, hurt your career, hurt your legacy. You know what I mean? And you want me to fight your fighter? So it's like, it's a tough position that Mikey Garcia is in, man. Renee Boxing Young says, what I love about Spence is that he is very relaxed, doesn't talk much, and means business. Mikey is talking way too much. Shit, I mean, if you got Ellie Seckbach always up in your face with a camera, you ain't got no choice but to talk. God damn, do Ellie sleep? You know what I'm saying? Like, he always with Mikey. So, I mean, Mikey's talking a lot because I guess this is a pay-per-view fight too, bro. They got to promote. They got to move units. It's not like a built-in thing. Us diehards, we get in the fight. We going to watch the fight. But they got to suck in a lot of fans. They want to make this thing successful. And hats off, honestly, to Mikey for talking. I mean, it's not like this is a regular Fox type fight or this is a regular Showtime fight. This is a pay-per-view fight. They have to move units. They have to sell this fight to the casuals. So, I mean, for Mikey to be doing a bunch of talking, I mean, that's just, I think that goes all into promotion. Earl Trim says, is Tank going to D's Nuts to fight Farmer? Hey, man, I think Farmer deals with D's Nuts is almost up. You know what I mean? I think he on his last fight, ain't he? So if the question is Farmer, after he's done fighting the Chitlin Circuit skippity bum of all the bums over at DAZN, is he really going to step up and say, all right, DAZN, appreciate all the love, appreciate all the fights, I'm going to go try to get this money? Is that going to happen? You know what I mean? That's what I wonder. And, Tank, man, that's a fight he got to make, man. They should have made that shit before he even thought about going to I wish he would have made that fight before Tevin Farmer even went to DAZN. Tevin got a little big-headed, but, I wish they would have made that shit happen, man. Porter started that with Danny, then went back to the format. Yes, and I think he started that with Danny because he brought Barry Hunter into his corner. Barry Hunter showed him and says, yo, bro, this is how we had success when Lamont fought Danny, and this is how you should fight. And I think he just kept that in his in his repertoire. Kenny's starting to build on that more. You know what I'm saying? And, I just think that's what that's about. Ellie is always grinding, but they promoting the hell out of this fight, bro. That's off to them. There's even some people, like I know my main man Black Horseman always says it. He always be like, yo, bro, don't you think that Spence ain't talking enough? Like, he should be promoting this fight a little more. And I'm like, yo, that ain't Spence character. It ain't Spence. You know what I mean? Spence the type of cat, if he gonna do pay-per-view, he need a talking dance partner. It's like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury likes to take credit for thinking all the units was him because he was doing all the goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't who Earl is. Earl ain't the kind of cat that if Earl talks shit, I believe that if Earl talks shit, he means it. Earl the kind of cat, if I'm going to talk shit, it's not for promotional purpose. It's something I really mean. It's like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson had that same attribute. When Mike Tyson got pissed, when he talked shit, he meant it. I want to eat your heart. You know what I'm saying? I want to do all that. Like, he meant that. You could see the emotion. And Earl's that kind of cat. If he is going to talk crap, it ain't for promotional purposes, man. It's because he really don't fuck with you. And he really wants to destroy you. That's how I feel about Earl. It's just genuine. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? It's natural. We about to get ready to wrap this up, fam. We about to get ready to wrap this up. Klyak says Mikey should have fought Gamboa, and this would have set Mikey free from Aram. Yeah, but he didn't like the pay, and just led Mikey down the dark road. Mikey has always been paper chasing. He didn't like the money at the time, and this put Mikey in a real bad bind, in a bad situation with Bob Arum, unfortunately. The bums are the bums. Farmer's been fighting for real, and Tevin should have never went to the other side. That's it, bro. He had got the title before he went to DAZN, right? Yeah, so he didn't even have to go over there for a title. He just went over there just to fight every 3 months. It's easy to fight every 3 months when you're fighting a bunch of nobodies, man. Him going to DAZN did, legacy-wise, nothing for him. May have helped him with his pockets, but he wasn't getting super fat paydays. A lot of times Tevin was fighting, people ain't even know about it. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay, Tevin Farmer fight. I didn't even know. Hey, but I got something I gotta go do though. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is, and I don't know what that did for Tevin. You know what I mean? Other than prevent the Tank Davis fight. And Tank wasn't playing easy, because Tank and Floyd was playing big. It was just a whole bad situation, truth be told. There's enough blame to go around to both of them for that shit. Because before Tevin got with DAZN, he was trying to get the fight with Tank. We seen the confrontation. We seen him calling up Floyd. And then once he got the world title, he became big-headed. I'm the A side now. Now Tank gonna fight on my terms and blah, 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 blah. And it just fucked everything all up. You know what I mean? So it's enough blame to go around for both of them. But yo, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me every Wednesday, every Sunday. This is what we gonna do. You dig? This is how we going to do it. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna dig into all issues. Expect more videos to come out this week. We're gonna be covering everything in the sport of boxing. This is gonna be a big week when it comes down to Earl Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia. So this is gonna be a huge week. We'll see how it plays out. I cannot wait for next Saturday. It's going to be off the hook. Boxing is going to be so lit, and I can hear the fans now. And if Mikey get in there and get 5 good rounds in, if Mikey get up in that joint, God forbid, and drops Earl Spence in a round, oh my goodness. If Earl gets in there and destroys Mikey, I'm turning up for Earl. But there's going to be a lot of cats like, man, he ain't do shit. He ain't do shit. All he did was beat a lightweight, Yo, do me a favor, man. Hit the like button as you're going out if you didn't hit it while you were here. Much love for each and every one of y'all. Orlando Finney, good stuff, bro. All day, son. My main man right there, man. All day. Best of boxing talk. I appreciate you, bro. Ducking and hiding. Thank you for your participation. Everybody who participated. Cliox, thank you for your participation tonight, man. Glitch Realm, Jamie Peralta, Brian Thompson, all y'all, man. Everybody, Marcus Davis, everybody who participated in tonight's show for me, man. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Come on back here. We'll be back here Wednesday night. All right. Until then, let's check out the videos. Until the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Google Plus, Main Man, Made Man. Google Plus will be ending soon. So Instagram, Main Man, Made Man. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Let's keep it boxing all day. Enjoy y'all weeks. Enjoy the work week. Just know whatever you're going through at your job, this Saturday, we got a monumental fight, and can't nobody take that away from you. All day. To the next video. Peace out.